days ago, you could walk along there. It's all been collapsed. About 100 metres of the beachside path has just been completely washed away due to higher than normal tides and the waves. Now, this gentleman here, he's just been telling me that these lampposts here that you can see, they were upright yesterday, and there's a couple. This section that's collapsed goes for around about 100 metres, and there's at least 2 of these lampposts that have been tipped over just because the ground's just been washed away by the sea. Terrible for business, as this man was saying. Thank you again, my friend.
Welcome, brother.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.
No worries.
Bad news. Broken boardwalk, which sort of leads me into what I was going to talk about. But let's get a bit further up the road here. I'm looking for lunch as well, as usual. Hello, how are you? Busy? No, I don't need. I'm just going up here a little bit. Lovely horse, little pony, yes? Hello, pony. Just peeking over the fence. Seems to go more than 100 metres. I've walked a little bit further than that already, and it's still wrecked down there. Doesn't stop the people surfing. So, broken. I'm not broken. A little bit down. You wouldn't think so, would you? Someone who just travels around the world, doesn't go to work, wakes up every morning and thinks, what am I going to do today? But I have been a little bit down. It's, I don't know why, just one of those things. And what do I do about it? Well, to be honest, I've spent the last 3 days just in my hotel room, going for a swim in the pool, venturing out for lunch and dinner, then going back to my room and the pool again. And yeah, it sounds pretty good. It has cheered me up a little bit. Actually, I've been talking with my daughter this morning, and that always makes me happy. It's we're talking. You got to talk to family, and you know, she's got her own problems in her life. She doesn't want to hear mine, but it always brightens your day to talk to close family. Wow, that doesn't look too good. It's probably very nice inside. Which brings me to another topic. I was at another part of it there, this hotel here. They just didn't think it through with the iron and what it's going to do to the glass work there. They're all stained. The gentleman there who you saw, who I was talking to about the, what do you call it, the walkway that had collapsed, he said it's only been there for around about 3 years, and it's held up to, you know, some pretty major storms in that time. But, well, and this is obviously the first time that it's collapsed, and, you know, they had the rocks there to sort of stop that from happening, but it obviously didn't work on this occasion, but he's only hoping that the government, who have already been down to have a look at it, he hopes that they come in and repair it fairly quickly. The issue is that they're going to have to bring a digger out along the beach, along the sand, because the walkway that's remaining will not take the weight of a 20 tonne or 15 tonne digger. So yeah, he hopes they get it done pretty quickly because it's fairly devastating. Hello. No, thank you. Yeah, he wants it done fairly, as soon as possible because it's affecting his business quite badly. But can you imagine, the business for the people in the middle of all that, because there's beach huts all along there, all along the right-hand side from where I was standing. Well, their livelihood has now disappeared. Can't even access their huts or anything. So, yeah, not good. Hope they sort it out soon. I think this in here is the main mall here in Kuta. It might even be in Seminyak. I'm not sure. I don't feel like going in a mall. I think you guys have seen enough malls. Well, this is one way to improve your mental health. Doing the things that you like. I'll probably come back here later, sit down in one of these lounges, just watch the surfers. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that. So I enjoy it. A few other things that I do, on a personal note, because this isn't the first time I've been a bit down in the dumps. Not that I am right now, because the worst of it's over. I watch what I eat. I steer clear of the fast foods, McDonald's and your KFC, stuff like that. And I try and go to a restaurant that I've been to before where I've had good food. Because there's really nothing worse than going to a restaurant to have dinner and you order something that sounds really good and it turns out really disappointing, which is what happened yesterday. I'll watch my diet, try and eat some good food. So there is a couple of other ways. A couple of things that I do to help me along is... Hello, how are you? There's music. Hang on. 5k and 10k fun run. And I'll just let you know, it's 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit today. I don't think I'll be going for a fun run. Well, it just doesn't sound like fun. So what else do I do for my mental health? Well, if I'm stuck in my room, feeling a bit low, I will try to watch a movie, one of my favourite movies, maybe a happy movie or a comedy. Comedies are always good, but that sort of depends on your Wi-Fi connection. Which brings me to my next topic. So that's enough about my mental health, and I assure you all, I'm perfectly fine. It's a beautiful day, and well, it was all just sunshine about 10 minutes ago, but anyway, it might rain this afternoon. But no, loving life today. Next topic. Choosing a hotel. There's a few things, this is personal experience. There's a few things that I need in a hotel, and one of them, I might walk down here. I've never walked down here. One of the things that I choose or try to find when booking a hotel is a sofa. For me, I don't like lying on the bed. That doesn't appeal. And a sofa is absolutely ideal for just kicking back and watching a good classic movie or a comedy or whatever it may be. Surfboard rental. That would be fun. So yeah, a sofa, that's one of the things that I try to find. It can be difficult. Depends where you are. Depends on the city that you're in. Sometimes they're in every place. Like KL, for instance, pretty much every accommodation will have a sofa. So I said about diet, but I did say I do things and eat things that I enjoy. And this is one of them. It's not that healthy, but I enjoy it, so this is why I got it. One Aussie meat pie. And 99% of the time they're really good. I'll let you know. Now that was a good pie from the Naughty Duck. About $5, I think. It was actually, it was supposed to be, hello. It was a plain pie, which are normally made with just mince, but that was made with steak, so it was very, very nice. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm still walking up here. I don't know where I am. Hello, how are you? Very friendly people. If I didn't have the camera on, they would have said massage, massage. Looks like used to be a temple. Maybe it still is, upstairs. Walk up here for a bit. Starting to get a bit overcast. I might make my way back to the swimming pool, which is another good thing for mental health. Floating around in a pool. Bit of a traffic jam. I think he's going to try and turn around. Good luck. Here come, brother. Here come. A proper traffic jam. Wow, how's this truck gonna go? Not well.
Yes, please, what you're looking for?
No, not good. Not for me. Thank you. All right, cleared that little Booking hotels, yes. What else do I look for? So a sofa would be nice. Some places, as I said, it's not always available. And if I'm only there for a few days, I don't mind so much. The place I'm in currently, well, I've been here almost 3 weeks now, which is the longest I've stayed anywhere for a long time. Hectic. Little back lanes are hectic. Could walk down here. So what else? For me, one very important thing is Wi-Fi. Well, for watching movies or YouTube or just getting some work done. As in work, I mean uploading videos to YouTube. So internet is very, very important. The Pac-Man Warung smells absolutely delicious. And I've just had lunch, but that smelled really good. So yes, internet, strong internet. And I do a fair bit of research before I book anything, which I usually use booking.com. On there you can go to the filters and see what it says for your Wi-Fi. That'll give you a reasonable idea. Unfortunately, most people are only looking for Wi-Fi download speeds, whereas I need a good upload speed as well, which is the problem I have with the place I'm in right now. Pretty good download speeds, terrible upload speeds. The issue, well, the first video that I made here in Bali, in Kuta, took me 3 days to upload. 3 days. I think that's a record. And it's not a good record. But I sort of managed to quicken it up a little bit. Failing that, you can always go to a Starbucks and order a coffee and upload what I need to do while I'm sitting there having a coffee. Not the best, but it'll do. Wow, check out this hotel. Soiree. The Soiree is a restaurant and pool and bar up there perhaps. And it looks like it's the 4 Points by Sheraton. Impressive front of the hotel there, impressive entrance. So what else am I looking for? Location here in Bali. Location's not, well, it is sort of a big deal. There's some, it depends what you're after, but there's some places obviously that are far from the beach. I prefer, if I'm in a place where there's a beach, I prefer to be close to it, especially if it's a nice beach. No, thank you, not for me. It's okay, thank you. Massage or doing your toenails. That's what they offer everywhere throughout this part of Bali. So, a swimming pool, depends where I am. If it's going to be pretty hot and humid like it is here, then yes, I will go out of my way to look for a place that does have a swimming pool. If I'm only on a short stay or in some places it's just not required, is it? But I like to have the option there if I can. And room size is another thing. Tattoo company. No shortage of tattoo places here in Bali. Now, depending again on where I am, the room size, I'd sort of draw the line at around 12 square metres. A big room, while not essential, it means that they're going to have room to put the sofa that I like, and you can feel really cooped up in a very, very small room, which is one of those things that doesn't do much for your mental health. Goose outside the Suka Beach Inn. Well, that looks pretty nice in there. I am going to move in the next few days, so it will be time to put all my practice, my preaching into practice. But I've done it before. Facilities, not so much important to me. Does it have a spa? Does it have a massage? Does it have a gym's nice, and I have worked out in gyms before, but it's not a priority for me. One important thing for me, check out all the bamboo framework there. You can do anything with bamboo, and they do. Scooter hire. Now, if they do have scooter hire, especially in a place like this, where I'm likely to rent a scooter, is if they have it there on the premises, it just makes it so I don't have to leave my passport with a total stranger, because they generally want you to leave your passport, and I'm not a fan. They could lose it. Anything could happen, so I prefer to keep my passport on me at all times. I think it's for the best, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know when you're going to need it. So does the hotel accommodation need to have a restaurant attached? Not for me, not in this particular area, because restaurants are in abundance. They're just everywhere. There is places. I looked at one over near Uluwatu, and it was a long way from anywhere, on top of a hill, and you would need to either have a scooter. Well, you'd have to have a scooter, because by the reviews that had been written, it was a long walk to anywhere to get food. So if if you don't have a scooter, then you're stuck. Now, where am I? A bit more of a main street, that's for sure. Grand Barong. Another building here that looks like it was a temple at some stage. Going by the roof. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Now all shops. So what else? Comfort. Your bed. Oh, actually hot and cold running water. That's a good one to watch out for here in Bali, because there is places that do not have hot water. So unless you like to have a cold shower, which I have had when I was here last time. The room I had at the surf beach, which I can't remember what the name of it was, they only had cold water. That was okay. It's hot. It's hot here in Bali. Comfort. Your beds. Now, you can read the reviews, which I highly recommend you do if you're going somewhere unknown. Read those reviews and just use that filter button on booking.com, because that'll help you out a lot. And here in Bali, possibly not so much of an issue, but in Vietnam they have a penchant for extremely hard beds, unbearably hard. There was a place I stayed in that even the relief of putting a towel underneath the, a bath towel underneath the sheet was a welcome relief to the hardness of the bed. It was absolutely terrible. But here, I can't recall that I've had that problem. Little alleyway, which I'm not going to go down. Just shop after shop after shop. Hello. Yes, yeah. I'm not looking to buy. Thank you. I think I'll walk back this way. Head back towards the beach. Commodore. Massive supercharger. That's my era of Australian cars. They're not, they're not muscle cars, in the traditional sense of like an American muscle car, but you can make them into one, don't you worry. So, am I too fussy? I don't think so. I think I look for what I need, what's an actual requirement for me to make my life as a full-time traveller a little bit more comfortable. There is times when I go without, I deal with it. It's not so bad, but hey, look, if I can get all the things that I want everywhere I go, then I'm a very, very happy man. And pretty lucky, I guess. Pretty lucky to do what I do anyway. All right. No, thank you. Hello. Okay. More from Bali in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Shopaholics Paradise.